Hello, this is Mike from Dimensional Walking, and today I want to do a video, and let me call this one Alien Being Belief and Populism. Okay? And we're going to add a little something to that. We're going to call it a societal concern. Okay? So, in a recent study accepted for publication in the Proceedings of the International Astronomical Union, a guy named Tony Milligan. He's a philosopher and a senior researcher fellow at King's College in London, England. He said that the belief in alien visitors has evolved into a widespread societal concern. Okay, so he's worried about it. He's worried that we're believing in aliens, and that isn't so good for some things. Okay, so let me continue and explain. When you're dealing with populism or this highly specialized variant of populism, you're dealing with a wave of tsunami, of a political tsunami. Okay? This is his quote. Okay? As those alien narratives gain validation, the true cultural significance of indigenous stories may be lost. Okay, as we all know, I believe that Native Americans and indigenous people all over the world have these really cool stories about aliens, about ships coming down, about all kinds of things, visitations that they have, interactions they had. This has been going on since thousands of years. Okay. And you can find it in all kinds of literature. You can find it in cave paintings. You can find it in the pyramids. You can find it everywhere. Okay, so this is his concern, I guess. I'm not really 100% sure why this would be such a concern. I mean, that is a body of work that was laid down by the indigenous people of the world, and now we're gonna dig a little deeper and really talk about our experiences as more recent humans experiences. So I think it's pretty important. So, squeezed through a narrow New Age filter of the 1960s, the counterculture, the narrative that flipped to value indigenous species as having once possessed advanced technology. So he's saying that uh, there were indigenous people that maybe got this advanced technology, or at least it was told from the aliens. Okay, and he thinks it's pretty important that we preserve that information. And he's worried that because we have got this thing going right now and we're going to forget about all this stuff. I don't really see it at all. I think we're going to always keep that out there, just like history. We keep history out there. This is part of history. So, anyways, that was his concern, I guess. So finally, the proliferation of ancient alien visitation tales creates noise that distracts from genuine scientific inquiry. At a time when scientists are making significant strides to discovering microbiological life beyond Earth, a potential milestone in American and human history, these conspiracy theories risk obscuring serious scientific efforts. Okay. Uh, but the important thing I would say is yes, that's possible. It may distract from it, but guess what? This is real and it's a big deal. And we probably need to understand it. We need to have great transparency here so people can understand this other aspect of reality. Okay. So, anyways, so he going forward, the shift in belief has gained such momentum that it is now influenced political discourse, particularly in the United States, where the topic has garnered bipartisan attention. Well, that's good. We need something that we can have bipartisan, and if it's going to be alien beings, then it's going to be alien beings. Uh, we apparently, and he's got a good point here, though. We basically didn't worry about this stuff when it was 2% of the population, but you don't expect it reaching the floor of Congress. Okay, so that relates to these hearings that have been going on, and some interesting information has come out. Unfortunately, some of that has been suppressed again. Um, so we thought we got had something going there, and it's been suppressed, as you all know. Okay. So the Pentagon's recent disclosure information regarding UAPs has only fueled public interest in speculation. Of course it did. It was very cool, actually, that they were going to try to be transparent. And they use the word try, be transparent. So, widespread belief in government cover ups related to UFOs is held by over 60% of the Americans, which undermines the trust of public institutions. Okay. Which, you know, obviously we know there's been cover ups. I don't think this is like something new. They've been covering this up for as long as I've been around, for sure, and I've been around a few years. This erosion of trust can have far reaching consequences for a democratic governance and is part of a wider problem of populism. Secondly, the incorporation of UFO narratives into indigenous storytelling poses a risk to preservation of original cultural meaning. Fragments of the earliest tales are still there within indigenous storytelling, and along comes UFO disclosures, and it is persistent among different administrations. Okay, for instance, um, Hillary Clinton during her campaign in 2016 expressed desire to open the Pentagon files on UFOs and the Pentagon files, especially on Roswell. President Trump, 4 years later, or actually during the next 4 years until 2020, basically he also wanted to do that. He may have, but I will guarantee you this is one of the secrets that are going to be really hard, even for Donald Trump to get out to the public. And now he's got another chance again. We'll see. We'll see if he has that much interest. It seems like his son also, Junior, also has an interest in it too. So this Milligan said that there are three primary dangers associated with mainstream acceptance of alien visitation. First, there is erosion. We talked about it, trust in the government institutions that they're covering it up, which they are. Okay. The belief that aliens have visited the earth and may even live among us is not a new concept. Absolutely not. It has persisted for centuries, but now this notion is gaining unprecedented traction in the United States and abroad, raising concerns about its potential impact on society. Here's an interesting fact, I believe. In the US, the belief in UFO sightings as evidence of alien life has surged from 20% in 1996 to 34% in 2022, with 24% of Americans reporting that they have seen a UFO, according to a 2022 survey made up of 1,000 U.S. citizens. In short, this belief is no longer confined to the fringes. And that's absolutely right. It is not confined to the fringes anymore. I guess I was part of the fringes, but we're going a little mainstream now, I guess. But it's still being suppressed. Okay, just so you know, it's still being suppressed a bunch. Okay, so I'm going to finish with I'm going to propose a question. Can Americans handle the truth on UFOs? Okay, can they? Um, And sadly, I'm going to say no, no, and no. Okay. I don't believe they can because most people here in the United States, especially because there is so much misinformation or disinformation everywhere, that the truth is becoming an unknown commodity. Okay. So this disinformation is winning the battle of our minds and maybe our souls. Okay? So that is my big concern. Okay? I'm not that worried about indigenous tales and information. I believe them to be very much true. They're just part of the whole narrative here. But I am worried about disinformation, and that actually distracts from the truth about UFOs. So that's it for today. We'll see you. Happy trails. Bye bye.